Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening. I'm glad to see the Monday nighters. I always call this the graveyard shift, but I do better than Rob on Tuesday night, so I feel good about that. Thanks for coming through this evening, and thanks to all of you around the country this evening that are tuning in live. With us, we're going to spend the next 45 minutes talking about DuePoint. That's where you're sitting this evening. That's what you're watching this evening. DuePoint, importantly, is a division of a different company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. This might be one of the reasons why you haven't heard of us, but you'll know for sure at the end of this presentation why you haven't heard of us before today. But I want to give you some sense of confidence and some sense of trust in what we're going to be talking about this evening by telling you, first of all, that Constantia is not a new company. We haven't been around for 5 minutes. It was first registered in 1952. It's actually 66 years old this year. We're also listed on the JSE, and we are licensed as a life, short and medical insurance company. So this is a well-established financial services company. It's not one of these things that we see kind of coming online on Google or Facebook and then kind of blowing away after a few months. This is the real deal here, and we want you to have that sense of confidence with us as well. Go away, do all the research that you need to do about us. There's one of our FSP licenses there. We have more than one. Go to the FSCA's website, look us up, look at our licensing there. Go to the JSE's website and find us under Conduit Capital there as well. I want you to be confident in who you're dealing with here this evening. I also want you to know that you're dealing with real people in this business. I think this is probably one of the only direct selling businesses in South Africa today where you can actually come to the office. You guys online can see this is a real office, and you can meet us 6 days a week. If you're ever in Joburg, pop by, come and see the real people. I think we see too often these days companies that don't have anybody behind them. When I say company, more websites, you know, from the Prince of Nigeria, etc., where there ain't nobody behind them, and yet they take millions of South Africans' rands away from us. And so again, I want you to have confidence. Come and visit us, meet us, see that we're real, know who you are dealing with here this evening, because we're going to be talking about something very important. It's something that we're very passionate about, and it is the reason for the existence of DuePoint today. We do two things here. The primary thing that we do as DuePoint is that we create wealth in the hands of South Africans. We are not a company that sells things. We don't go out and sell things, because when we put people in that position, they make just cash in the moment that they transact. They don't create for them something that creates income on a recurring and reliable basis. And that is what we do at DuePoint. We put into the hands of South Africans a tool that creates a steadfast, reliable income that is there every month, potentially for their whole life and beyond. This is very different from anything else that you would have seen before, where you've been asked to buy the box of goodies and sell it, and in that transaction make money. Here, that we know that does not create wealth. There are, I saw this week, the DSA stats came out, there's 1.5 million South Africans involved in the selling of products in South Africa. Do you know 1.5 million millionaires? No, it is clearly not working. So for all of you who are selling bits and pieces, I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm trying to say to you that we have learnt that does not make millionaires. What we are trying to do is make wealthy people at DuePoint through a process of creating accrued income, income that is there every month on a reliable, steadfast basis. That's our primary objective. When we can do that, we put you back in control. Right now, as South Africans, we don't have any control. Every time I refuse to read the newspapers these days, because I feel it's the same as me just cutting my wrist. Whenever I read the newspaper, I might as well be cutting my wrists. Okay, and so my family inform me once a week on a Sunday what's going on in the country, and I always leave more depressed than when I started, because I realize at the end of every Sunday that I have absolutely no control. Right now, you guys know you can't control your income. There is no way. If I said to you tomorrow, I want you to be earning more money, would you be able to walk out and start earning more money tomorrow? Could you go to your boss tomorrow and say, listen, I need an increase right now and I need it every month going forward? No, none of us are in that position. The same can be said for somebody who's running their own business. You cannot suddenly increase your revenue tomorrow. You are not in control. We're also not in control of what's going on in our economy. Prices are going up all the time in South Africa at an astronomical rate. 3 petrol price increases, a VAT increase this year. All of this decimating the economy. I don't know if you guys have been walking around the shopping centers recently. It's just boarded up shops. Everywhere I go these days is boarded up shops. I've never seen South Africa in this state. In all of my years, I've never seen it this bad. And can any of us actually make a change to that tomorrow? Could we walk out of this room and tomorrow change it because we have control? No, because we don't actually have control. And so it is our hope that with this tool that we have created, we put you back in control of your income, in control of your expenditure. Our hope then is that you can unplug yourself from what you're using as a lifeline, as a life support right now, which is debt. And all of us are sucking up more and more debt in South Africa, but it's not going to last. At some point, the gap between what we earn and our expenditure will be so wide, the bridge will collapse. And I always say to people, what's your backup plan? People go, no, I've got a good job, I've got a good career. And I say, right, the moment that disappears, what is the backup plan? Well, I know what the backup outcome is. The moment your income disappears, this bridge of debt collapses in on you. It is a complete nightmare. We again hope that with this tool we can become that bridge, a bridge that is reliable, that is steadfast and in your control. That's our primary objective here at DuePoint. Our secondary objective at DuePoint is to get South Africans participating again in the financial services sector. Massively over-regulated, it's pushed 90% of South Africans out of what is one of the largest sectors in South Africa today, and we believe that through our system we've allowed South Africans to start benefiting again from this huge part of our economy. With those two objectives put together, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we give you one task. Like I said to you, we're not doing any selling here. That's out of the question. We're not doing any marketing, advertising, advising. All of that's gone. We give you one task in the creation of wealth for yourself, and that is connecting people to us. That is all that we want you to do. We want you to get out into the 51 million South Africans that are out there, 70% of which are not participating in any way in the financial services market of South Africa, and get them connected to us. We then do all the work. We now have the opportunity as an insurance company to facilitate the purchase of our products to these people. That creates revenue for us, and that revenue allows us to start creating that recurring extra income for you. Like I said, there are no bits and bobs here that will be sold on an ad hoc basis. Our products are all financial services products, lifestyle products, and they all run off of automatic debit orders. Which means that every month, no matter what you're doing, whether you're sick or healthy, whether you're overworked or on holiday, doesn't matter where you are, those people you've connected to us, we raise debit orders to, and your income comes in. This is proper freedom. This is not running back to your friends to beg them to buy the cream again, or running back to your friends to beg them to buy the pot again every month. That's not what we do here. It is a single connection to DuePoint, and after that, every month we raise the debit orders, and every month, as those debit orders are paid, your income comes in a recurring, reliable, steadfast fashion. Completely different from anything you've seen before today. Now, we also do this and we wrap it in a system that allows you to leverage others. One of the fundamental excuses of not doing this is, I don't have the time. Well, nobody has time, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all of us. It's a Monday night, it's nearly 7 o'clock, and we're all at work still. And I know that most of you work 40, 60, 80, 100-hour weeks every week of the year. No one has time. And so we have built the system to buy your time back. It is a system of leverage whereby you're able to create teams of individuals who create wealth for you here at DuePoint, ultimately buying your time back. Something no other mechanism in South Africa today that we know of can do for you. We then put this in a system that doesn't cost you anything. Again, we know what the pitfalls are. We know how South Africans have had to hand their cash over and over again and never see any return. The latest one that's going around at the moment, I've seen some WhatsApps and Facebook stuff where the whole thing is starting to collapse in on itself because it was never real in the first place. And people are going, no, just keep buying. Even though you don't get the products, just keep buying. Just keep paying into the bank account. For nothing. For nothing. And so your money is going into a black hole. We will never get it again. I mean, can you believe it? And people are still doing it. It's absolutely mad. That's the level of desperation we have in South Africa. We understand this, and so we said, no, we are not creating a system whereby you have to pay to start. There is no starter kit to buy here. There's no starter manual or application form fees. There's no fee of any kind, monthly or upfront, that you need to pay to be a wealth engineer. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no additional cost, and able to start leveraging this tool to create real wealth for yourself. This also means that it is designed for everyone. You don't need any education, you don't need any qualification. Everyone is in a position to build an asset here at DuePoint. Why do I use the word asset now? Because it is only assets that create wealth. An asset is something you can price because it has a recurring income. And when you can price it, you can sell it. At DuePoint, these channels, these teams that you will make, you can actually sell to other people. It is a tangible thing that you make with us here at DuePoint. And ultimately, when you pass away one day, this channel, this team, this flow of income that you've created will be handed over to your children, and they will earn income that you created during your lifetime. This is how the wealthy have made themselves super wealthy. Generational wealth being passed on generation after generation. That is what we are building here at DuePoint. We are not worried about a single transaction. We're worried about how we can create wealth for generations of South Africans. That is what you start with us here at DuePoint. And we give it to you in a package that we believe is completely convenient to you. We know that people automatically and subconsciously say no to everything these days because of all of this nonsense that's come in the past. So we've removed all the elements that would make you uncomfortable. First of all, as I said, no selling. So that's out. You don't need any particular kind of personality to do this. I've had people say it to me before, no, I'm not a salesperson. Fantastic, you're perfect for DuePoint. This is not a sales task that we're doing here. No, I'm too shy. Perfect for DuePoint. Perfect. No, I'm too much of an extrovert. Perfect for DuePoint. There's no particular personality type. There's no products that you're going to have to go and fill your car with or your fridge with or your garage with. None of these embarrassing rewrap things from China and all sorts of things. No, this is a system of complete convenience for you, and you never have to do a presentation. The only two people that do presentations are me and Rob, and we use our technology to be in your pockets every single day, 24 hours a day, no matter where you are in the country. You are left with one task, the simple task of connecting South Africans to us. How do you do that? Well, there's one of four ways you can do it. You can go to our information counter and buy one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand once off, and you've got the presentation now in your pocket wherever you are. If you guys struggle with the cost of data, this is your solution. Get that memory stick. Order it from our client service team, and they'll have it delivered to you wherever you are in the country. Plug it into a TV, into a computer. We're doing the presentation for you. The second way of connecting people is you can come here to our studio. Monday through Saturday, we do 7 presentations out here. Night times, lunch times, mornings. Go to our website, go to our phone app, look at the schedule, pick a time that's convenient for you, and bring your guests, and we'll do the presentation for them 6 days a week. And then the third way, you can go to our YouTube channel. It's probably the core way of connecting people to us, and you search DuePoint, and you will find our channel there. And on our channel, you will find every presentation we have ever done. So if you don't believe me, after the 7 evenings presentation, go and watch the other, I think it's just under 1,000 presentations, and pick the one that you do trust or do believe in. Every one that we've ever done is there, and you can pick 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country, your favorite one, push play, and connect people to us. So people often say to me, Brendan, but what do I say? How do I invite people? No. I say, can you say, do you require more income? Yes, click. That is exactly what you do. People laugh. They laugh at that. It's exactly what you do. No, but I want to hear about the products. No problem. Click. I want a summary. Click. I want the whole thing. I want all the details. No problem. Here, click. Every possible type of presentation is on our YouTube channel, and it means that you can be sitting in the Northern Cape on a Sunday evening at midnight and click play, and there we are giving the presentation for you. It is a system that is not replicated by anyone in the country today. And then the fourth way of connecting people to us is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations, 6 days a week, is broadcast across the country. So if you like seeing us live, you don't want to see us recorded, well then you go look at the schedule, push the button next to the schedule that says watch live, and you're in the room with us on your cell phone, on your tablet, on your TV, on your computer. And whether you're at work or at home or at church or on holiday, you can watch us from anywhere around the world live and in the room Monday through Saturday. So if we've missed something, please, I want someone to come and tell me what else we could do to make the connection of South Africans to us any more simple than we already have. Now, as you connect people to us, some of them, not all of them, but some of them are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here and are going to become wealth engineers just like you. When they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These guys are going to go out and do the same thing. They're going to connect people to us, and some become wealth engineers, and again, we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over and over again as your channel spreads out across the country. We have seen this happening thousands of times here at DuePoint. We then come along as DuePoint, the insurance company, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel that you have now created, and without selling a single pot, your income is born here at DuePoint. Now, what's very important to note, folks, is that this is not a pyramid scheme, it is not a Ponzi scheme, and it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We are a licensed and listed insurance company, and this is not like anything else you've seen. I've been very frustrated with that lately. A couple of people have been saying to me, my peers, this is another Amway. Yeah, no, this is not another Amway. This is something completely and utterly different from that, I can assure you. This is wealth creation for the average South African. This is what the high net worth guys do, but with the big banks behind your back. But we're doing it now in the hands of every South African here. What you do need to know is, because this is genuine lifetime wealth creation, it does come at a price. And that price is not money, it is time. We are going to need your time if we're going to create wealth for you. And this is where we lose most South Africans, because most South Africans are unwilling to give their time to anything other than their jobs. And I always laugh at that. You go back to your jobs, another 100-hour week, another 100-hour week, another 100-hour, and I'll ask the question, you guys getting rich off your jobs? No. You're actually getting poorer every year off your jobs, because your job is not increasing your income at the speed at which prices are increasing. But when I say, I'm going to need your time, people go, no, I'm too busy. All right, you're too busy for money. Well, Donnie always says, you don't have time for money. No, fine, I understand. You don't have time for money. Folks, we do need your time. That is what it takes. Perseverance, persistence, and time is what you'll use here to build wealth with us. And where you do that, you allow us to start the process of wealth creation for you. It starts with the facilitation of the purchase of our products. Like I said, we've got 4 products here. Our first is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan costs 324 Rand a month. And for that 324 Rand, you get 2 independent products. Your first one is your very own tax-free investment account. And the second one is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 Rand, just 100 Rand, and we put it into your investment account every month. And it's your money. There's no waiting period on it. It takes 5 to 7 days for them to cash it out from the shares that they're invested in and put back in your account. So the actual cost of this product is only 224 Rand a month to you, and you get those 2 products. The second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. For that, you get R1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. This is a product for every South African. It has no maximum age limits on it. You can be 105 and take this product out, and it'll cover you until the day you die. It has no medical examinations or declarations. It has no waiting periods. After your first payment, you are undercover for R1,000,000 Rand. If we're going to get everybody in South Africa making wealth for themselves and making wealth for you, we've got to have products that'll cover everyone. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It too has 2 products in it. The first one, it starts at 299 Rand a month. The first one is a funeral cover product. You've got a couple of options in there. You can pick either 20,000 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, and whether you want 5 extra family members or 10 extra family members on your funeral plan with us. We believe it's one of the finest in the country. Go and watch the training video on it, and you'll understand why we think it's one of the finest funeral products in the country. And the second product it includes is 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. This means that when the principal member passes away, the family do not need to settle 10,000 Rands worth of their debt, because that's what DuePoint does. This, I feel, is far more powerful than a tent and some airtime. It's the reduction of the person's debt by 10,000 Rand. That's what you get starting at $299 with us. And then our fourth product is our non-insurance, non-financial product. It's our Wealth Points Buyers Club. For 299 Rand a month, you get to be a member of our Buyers Club, and you get to use all of our suppliers. We're a 7-decade-old insurance company. I told you this before. When we go to guys, they give us discounts, account managers, prices, packages, vouchers, all sorts of things you couldn't get as an individual. You now have access to all of that every month for $299. Now, one of the ladies said to me the other day, oh, I'm on the entertainer product. product. Okay, now the Entertainer, guys, just for clarity again, is just one of our list of suppliers in the Wealth Points Buyers Club. The Wealth Points Buyers Club is made up of many suppliers. You don't need to join the club for one supplier. Join it for all the suppliers and change your monthly expenditure with us here at DuePoint. If you watched the development seminar on Wealth Creation 101 that I did a couple of weeks ago, I said you've got two choices. You can either increase your income or decrease your expenditure. It's the only way you're going to survive. And at DuePoint, we increase your income and we decrease your expenditure through this product over here. We're tackling both sides of the same formula. All right, now, how would we normally get you guys to join us, to connect with us? As an insurance company and as a bank, we got one technique. We advertise. We put TV adverts up, billboards adverts, SMS campaigns, website campaigns, you name it. Everywhere we're running adverts. Hundreds of millions of rands a month that we spend as an industry advertising to get you to connect with us. How do we pay for that? Well, we get you to pay for it. We put it in the price of your products, your banking fees, your car insurance, your funeral cover. It all has the distribution cost, the advertising cost built into it. 30 to 50% of what you pay every month is in fact next month's marketing. I've done this for years. I understand the pricing model. Now here at DuePoint, we do something similar but not quite the same. You see, we do zero advertising. Zero advertising. This is why you'd never heard of us before today. What we do instead is we use you. You go out, you connect people to us. And this means that all that money that we were going to spend anyway on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., we now redirect to you and your channels. It's simply a redirection of the flow of funding through this process that now puts us in a position to start creating that recurring wealth for you. We start in position 1 with our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment made in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. All right, let's simplify that. You go out, you chat to your friends. You connect them to us. Some of them become wealth engineers and pay for their products. When they do, you get R27.50 times 200%, 55 Rand every month. Again this week, I had somebody say to me, 55 Rand, what am I going to do with 55 Rand? The website over here says I get 450 Rand if I sell a pot. Ladies and gentlemen, you get 450 Rand how many times for selling that pot? Once. Here you get 55 Rand per product every single month that it is paid. All of our products are lifetime products, which means that you could get paid for a single connection for the rest of your life. 55 Rand. How many months before you get to 450? About 5. After that, you're already making a profit on that 450 Rand. But now you've got more control in our system. You see, if this person over here takes 2 products, you get 110 Rand every month going forward. Okay, now we're down to 4 months before you reach your 450. But if he takes 3 products, you get 165. All right, now you're down to 3 months and you've got your 450. And if he takes 4 products, you've got 220 Rand every month that you pay. That means in 2 months you've paid for your pot, and every month, 2 months thereafter, it's another pot and another pot and another pot. This is a system of true wealth, not transactional once-off cash that never changes your personal situation. This is wealth that will permanently change your personal economic position with us. Now, these folk go out, they chat to a few of their friends. Some of them become wealth engineers, pay for their products. Again, you get 27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand again. Have a look at this example. Everybody's taken one product. You've put a handful of people in, and you are earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand extra income you are now making every month and every year with us here. You know, we all look at the websites that promise that we're going to be millionaires in 3 months, and we go, no, I want to be that. But what we don't remember is that what we actually need in South Africa is just a couple thousand Rand more a month, and life would be completely different. But let's not stop there. We put a little bit more time, a little bit more effort into the construction of our channels, and you continue to earn, but now at a diminishing rate down to the 8th point. But from the 8th point on, you have unlimited earning potential here at DuePoint. From the 8th point on, as long as you qualify to earn, you will always earn 4% of 27.50 Rand for every product payment made in your channel. You can make a channel 25 points big, make it 50 points big, hand it over to your children, they can make it 100 points big. And they can earn on every point. You have unlimited wealth creation potential here at DuePoint. It all just depends on how much time you are willing to put in. What does it translate to over time? Let's ask that question. For those that say, yes, I'll put the time in. We said to ourselves, how do we answer that question? It's difficult for us to say how much you're going to earn because all of you are going to grow at a different rate. Some will commit lots of time, some will commit no time to the exercise. So we took 20 years of data. Like I said, this is not our first time we're doing this. We took 20 years of data and we worked out what we believe are conservative milestones you can follow. We started with a growth rate formula called the 3+2 growth rate formula. It's in fact your responsibility. If you want to create wealth, you've got to grow. So we said grow at this rate. You can grow at any rate you like, but grow at this rate and you can meet these milestones. In your first month with us, can you do 3? The growth rate formula is 3+2. 3 people in your first month. That's it. You connect 3 people to us. And then every month thereafter, +2, you put just 2 people onto your first point. 2 people every month. This is hardly like ridiculous ask this. We feel like this is quite reasonable. 2 people every month going forward. But the trick comes now that you need to be persistent in this. You need to. And this is often where people want to fight me. Yeah, but these things don't work. I go, yes, because people stop. They stop too soon. They do not give it the time that it's required. We're not asking for 20 people a month, we're asking for 2. Can you put 2 in every month without stopping? 2 over Christmas, 2 over New Year's, 2 over your birthday month, 2 over Easter. Every month you just find 2 people, 1 every 15 days. If you can do that at DuePoint, then over time you can follow these milestones. We believe that in your first 6 months with us, you can reasonably expect to get to about 2,500 Rand a month. Do you see how different we are than that website you saw on Facebook or on Google that said 90 days you'll be earning 100,000 Rand a month? Yes, the only guy earning 100,000 Rand was the guy who set up the page. Everyone else lost their money. Lost their money. And you know because you lost some of yours there too, didn't you? Oh, there's a lot of guilty looking faces in the audience this evening. Yep, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, yeah. Folks, yeah, we're real. This is real and permanent wealth. Rob always says we're the only get rich slow but permanent scheme in the country. After 6 months, you're earning 2,500 extra Rand every month. None of you have quit your jobs to do this. None of you. You've all just added this to your life. And now in the middle of the month, you get about 2,500 Rand every month going forward. That's 30,000 extra Rands a year after 6 months with us. If you can push through and do a year with us, well, then you should be around about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year you've increased your earnings by. I'm not sure that many of you are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year. But you can, over the next 12 months, engineer by yourselves here at DuePoint a 9,000 to 10,000 Rand increase in your own earnings. You can engineer it. Will you do 12 months, though? That's the question mark. When people say these things don't work, no, you don't work. We can make everything else work, we just can't get you to work. 12 months with us, 12 months. What happens? People get their responsibility confused. That's what happens. That's why people quit. What people think is that the people they connect to us must do something. They must pay for their product. They must duplicate. They must do what I'm doing. They must be enthusiastic about DuePoint. They must come to all the events, etc., etc. When in fact that's not the responsibility we gave you. What was the responsibility we gave you? Just keep connecting people to us. 2 people a month. 2 people a month. Whatever they do, don't care about it. But now you are going to care about it. Even though I'm telling you not to care about it, you are going to care about it. And you're going to have to remind yourself by coming back to these presentations every day that I don't need to care, that they're not paying or they're not duplicating. This is an exercise in maths. And it means that the longer you keep adding people, the more chance you have of finding that guy who builds 1,000 people. And then of finding another guy that builds 1,000 people. But in between, there's 99 people that do nothing. Can you live through the 99 until you find the 100th guy that does it all for you? This is a simple mathematical exercise, and people quit because they confuse their responsibility. Keep connecting, and these numbers start to work. They don't work because someone did the work. They work because you kept connecting. Can you do 2 years with us? Because if you can do 2 years with us, that 9,000 grows to 27,000. You haven't had to do anything fancy. You've just had to keep adding 2 every month. If you can do 3 years with us, it rises to 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do 4 years with us, it becomes 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can do 5 years with us, guys, not 5 months, not 5 weeks, and not the first 50 people you speak to. No, 5 years of connecting people to us, 2 every month. You can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's your Facebook number. That's the one they give you after 90 days. And we're saying no. It takes 5+ years, depending on how fast. Some of you are going to do it at 1 + 1. Some of you are going to do it at 10 + 10. You know, there's no rule here. Some will get there faster, some will get there slower. But after 5+ years, we will put you in a position, we believe quite strongly, that you will be permanently earning an income in addition to whatever you're doing at your job that has now changed everything about your future. What do we require? Your time and your persistency with us. That is all that we require from you. So do people do this here at DuePoint? Yeah, for sure. We actually took the theme this month, after many months, we've been around for quite a few years now, of slow and steady. To look at folks that are building their wealth slow and steady. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can find the guys that shoot the lights out in like 6 months, they're earning 15,000 Rand and all that. But we wanted to demonstrate to you this month that there are others that just grow slowly and steadily their wealth over time. We started with Andries. Andries got a very, very unique set of circumstances. He cannot leave his house. He suffers from seizures. The seizures are debilitating. He cannot drive, and it is not safe for him to leave his house. And when he has a seizure, it blanks his memory. So every time he wakes up, he has to start again. Okay, now that's an interesting set of circumstances. And I said to our wealth engineers this month, if you think you've got excuses for failing, you have to add these two to your list too before I'll believe you. When you can't leave your house and you keep losing your memory, well, then you're in a very unique position. And yet, over the course of time, he has persisted and persevered in his house, building this business because we're fully online, and now he earns 3,500 Rand extra every month. Every month. Now, how much, in order for you to earn 3,500 Rand in interest from your bank, how much money do you have to have in the bank? Do any of you know? You have to have 834,000 Rand in the bank if you want to earn 3,500 Rands worth of interest every month. 830. In the next 2 years, are any of you going to save 834,000 Rand a month? No. Well, in the last 2 years, Andries has saved the equivalent of that because he now earns 3,500 Rand every month from DuePoint. So his time, some people look at that 3,500 and go, no, that's rubbish. I go, really? How many of you have increased your earnings by 3,500 Rand outside your jobs in the last 2 years? He has created a real asset for himself. Then we've got Petrus. Petrus came with us 10 months ago, so not even really that long ago. 10 months ago, and in that 10 months, he's created for himself an income of 4,500 Rand a month, nearly 4,600. That is the equivalent of 1.1 million Rand in the bank if he were to receive that in interest every month. 4.5 million. He himself says, I'm doing this slow and steady, not shooting the lights. He's got a full-time job, does not have time for this. But slowly and steadily, he's building an income for himself. Then we've got Casper with us. He's here this evening with us. Casper's been with us for 2 years as well. Been through the ups, been through the downs, got confused about his responsibility, thought the people he put in had to do stuff, learned that he didn't have to do that. All he needed to do was just keep growing. And over the course of the 2 years, he's created an income for himself of 9,000 Rand. That's what his channel is worth. 9,000 Rand, 8,000 Rand, apologies. 8,000 Rand a month. So 8,000 Rand a month, times it by 12, 96,000 Rand a year. I reckon that's a holiday paid for, business class, all of this sort of stuff. You can do that over 2 years. As I said, go to YouTube. You'll see people that do this in 2 months. It's up to you. You will decide on the spectrum of outcomes where you want to be. Do you want to be the guys earning a couple hundred Rand a month? Do you want to be the guys earning 20,000 Rand a month, 10,000 Rand? Do you want to be the guys earning 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 120,000 Rand a month? It's all there for you. And you choose what you're going to do with this business and how long it's going to take for you. There's no timelines or deadlines. And so, ladies and gentlemen, everything you need to know about DuePoint, I've just told you. You can go and do the research, and I encourage you to do that, but you will find that we told you everything this evening about creating wealth for yourself through our system. If you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, it's very simple. You go to our website, to DuePoint.net, click join, fill out the form, no money having passed from your hands, and you are a wealth engineer this evening. You can start creating your wealth from that moment forward. If you're serious, go and get our tools. Our tools don't make us money, they make you money. If you guys struggle with data, which we know lots of people do, get their USB stick. I'm always surprised how few of these USB sticks are moving. Everyone should be taking one because I know everybody struggles with the cost of data. And everything at DuePoint is online. So if you want to get offline, get one of our USB sticks. If your battery keeps dying on your phone, another problem we know everybody's got. If I pulled all your phones out now, they're on 6 or 7%, I'll bet you. This business is run entirely from your phone. You create your wealth through here. If your phone is dead all the time, get the backup battery. It is money for you at the end of the day. And then, folks, if you struggle to connect people, use our business cards. They're 645 Rand. You get 500 cards custom made for you. It legitimizes your connection to people. We've got notepads. We've got notebooks. We've got pens and caps and badges and pins and all sorts of things that you can get. Get them and get out there and start building your wealth with us. Folks, we are live and kicking on Facebook. We put half of our content up on Facebook every day. So if you are not on Facebook with us, you are missing half the stuff that we put up each day. It connects you to the inside of this business. You want to know what's going on inside this business every day? Watch us on Facebook. We run competitions. We've got another one coming up shortly on our Facebook page. Plug in. Don't just follow us, love us. Don't like us, love us. Everything we do, click, hold, like, change to love, on it, because that is how you create wealth with us here. Our Facebook site is a powerful tool for you to use, and share and tag and all that jazz. And then, folks, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is where our content is. That's where the core stuff is here at DuePoint. It's free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go there, subscribe, and then download our free app, guys. It is the tool you use to create your wealth here. It has got everything from your channel in real time. It's got your training. Just click the tools button at the bottom right-hand side. Everybody seems to forget that. Bottom right, tools, click it. In order are the training videos. You just watch the videos one by one. You get XP points, which you'll hear about in a minute, but at the same time you learn how to become a successful wealth engineer with us. And then all your personal documentation and details are there too on that app. So wherever you are this evening, make sure you download it onto your phone before you leave. Folks, we train you in this business. Some of the people at the end of this presentation go, yeah, but I don't know how to do this. No problem. We teach you how to do it. And we teach you without any cost to you again. Through our XP Rewards program, we teach you from beginner to expert through a series of steps and programs how to create wealth with us. We hold your hand. Now again, I challenge anyone to tell me who else is doing this in South Africa. You have got the opportunity here to get world-class training for free in your fingertips 24 hours a day. And as you go through that training, we reward you with what's called XP points, experience points. How are you growing your maturity and experience with us here at DuePoint? Naturally, as you grow in experience and maturity, your channel's going to grow. And where you meet the two criteria here at DuePoint, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you in the beginning with a little bit of cash. Not yachts and houses and trips overseas and all that I see on websites, because those are all lies. Otherwise, you'd have friends that had yachts and houses, and which you don't have, because they are all lies. Here we start off with real things. We genuinely reward you every time when this happens. Ask anyone here. A little bit in the beginning, as you get a little bit bigger and a little bit more serious, well, the cash starts getting a whole lot more serious, and then the tools and the things start arriving. At rank 5 in our training program, you get an imported lightning memory stick, which plugs into every electronic device in South Africa. It comes loaded with all of our presentations, downloads, testimonies, tools, all the sorts of things that you need, and allows you to connect people to us wherever you are. We then give you an imported, custom-made set of business cards for you at rank 7, worth 12,500 Rand. They are gold gilded. Not gold printed, gold gilded and custom made for you. When you hand these cards out, people will want to connect to DuePoint. And then at rank 9, we take you away and your family once a year for a week, 5-star business class, all expenses paid, every year for the rest of your life, as long as you maintain your channel size with us here. Does it take 5 minutes to get to rank 9? No, it won't. You guys are not on rank 9. You're on rank 0. It will take some time. And this is where people get confused again. People start thinking, no, I know Brendan said this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but I'm going to be rich in 90 days. I'll be at rank 9 in 90 days. And then the disappointment comes when I go, no, this is real. You're going to have to work for it. And when you get to rank 9, you'll actually have created sufficient wealth to take yourself away. But we reward you for all of that hard work at that time with a trip that looks like this. And we go every year. We're going this year on the 8th of December again.
Gone, and all of the power We've sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace. Cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
You can see there we didn't have to use any footage from the internet. That is us there, and we go every year, like I said, and we were booked to go this year, and everyone is welcome who hits rank 9 to come with us. Will you make it to rank 9 by the end of this year? No. So I wouldn't join DuePoint for rank 9. This is simply a reward that we give you through our training program. The real reward, the real wealth that we create for you is through our returns program. That is the permanent change we make for you, and we reward you along the way. At rank 11, as you've worked your way there over time, we reward you with your own car. It's not branded, it's not financed through us, you don't rent it from us, it's your car. And you will use it to build freedom with us. That is what we hope. We don't build just financial freedom here. We build every kind of freedom. Time freedom, mental freedom, and financial freedom. That is what real wealth does, and that is what we create here. Folks, this Thursday night, you've picked a good week to come. We're doing our Thematic Thursday. We only do it once every 3 months, so it is a very, very unique presentation. Thematic Thursday is not only an evening where I break this business down and ask the questions, why did we do everything that we did? But we also have an XP Bonanza evening. So if you're wanting to progress in our XP Rewards program, Thursday night is the night to be gathering up a whole lot of bonus XP. Guys, you can find it. It's probably going to be WhatsApped out to you a little bit later. Watch the email that's going to be going out tomorrow night. You can find all the XP wherever you are in the country. It is not limited to Joburg. It is XP that can be earned anywhere in the country. Look at the list. Plan for Thursday night. Plan for it. It is the perfect night for difficult guests. So go out and find the difficult people, bring them in, because we're going to break this business down on Thursday night so that people understand why we have done what we do. Make sure your wealth engineers are there. Make sure you've got guests there. Let's fill this venue. Let's fill all of your venues around the country. And let's make it a massive night as we start the month of August. Can you believe it'll be August on Thursday night? So 6:30, we'll see you online, or we'll see you here on Thursday night for the Thematic Thursday. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see that we are not only unique but very serious about what we are doing here at DuePoint. You're dealing with a 7-decade-old insurance company. We've put tens of millions of rands worth of capital into this business. We've brought the best people in the country together to become a solution for South Africans. What we're going to require from you is a little bit of work. Anybody who says to you that this is easy is lying to you. They are lying to you. It is not difficult work to connect people. It's difficult work to remind yourself of your responsibility. Because you're going to put people in your channel, they're going to do nothing, and you're going to forget that your responsibility is not to get them to do something. It is just to keep connecting people to us. Folks, if you can do that, then this evening we want you to bring your questions and concerns to us, and we want you to walk out of here with this tool in your hand and get started tonight. We're live again tomorrow night at 6:30. Let's see you there with your first guests. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all outside. Thanks for tuning in tonight.